Hi, welcome to Parenting and Teaching with Richie Huffman. I'm Richie Huffman, President and CEO of Celebrate Preschools. On these podcasts, we'll be talking to real parents, teachers about what's going on at home, in the classroom, and everything in between. I hope you find these conversations informative, helpful, sometimes funny, and sometimes serious. So let's go ahead and get started.
Hello, this is Allie here, and today is another one of our ladies' days because Mr. Richie is not with us today, but I'm very excited to welcome two guests today. We have co-directors, Miss Margot Burr and Miss Joy Burley from Groove Kidz. Welcome.
Hello.
Perfectly in sync, which is probably what your dance classes are like too. But ladies, here at Celebrate, we're super familiar with what Groove Kidz is already, but we're going to kind of share what you do with the world now and also some of your background. So I want you to introduce yourselves and let us know, like, what is your background in early childhood education and kind of how did you get here today?
Okay, so hello everyone. So my name is Joy Burley. I'm one of the co-directors for Groove Kidz, and my background in early childhood education. Well, it's funny because I actually have my degree in social work.
Okay.
And but I have lots of experience working with children. If it was from working at church, we also have a program called Queens of Glam where we work with young girls ages 3 to 13, and we've been doing that for the last 3 years, and I just have a true passion for working with children.
Yeah.
I just love children. When I come around, they gravitate towards me. We also have a niece, and just working with children is just what I love to do.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'm Margot Burr, and I'm also the co-director. Me and Joy are sisters.
I actually didn't even know that.
Yes, I'm the older sister. But I have my, also like Joy, I have my degree in fashion marketing. I have my bachelor's in that.
Oh, very cool.
But I have been working with children for over 10 years. Again, we have our program Queens of Glam, which we work with young girls. I've also worked in my church. I've worked for preschools. I've also worked with a program called Upward Bound. So I just have lots of experience working with children. I've also taken courses online to learn about early childhood education.
Cool.
And I also have a passion for working with children. I love them. I love all the different types of personalities. You get to see them developing as a young age and then grow up. So it's just an amazing experience.
So do either of you have children of your own then?
No.
Okay. Well, me neither. So usually when we're on these podcasts, Richie or whoever our guest is the one with children, and we kind of bring that in. But you guys have just as much experience. I'm a teacher in my past. And so I know, tell us a little bit about Groove Kidz then. How did you get into Groove Kidz? How did you start it? And kind of what is it?
Okay, so Groove Kidz is a creative movement gymnastics and dance program for students ages 2 and up.
Wow,
so,
two?
Oh
my goodness, ladies. They are some funny ones.
They are, absolutely.
So do you move through like school agers as well?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So this past
you
summer,
started too?
Yep, so we had the opportunity to work with some older students.
Awesome.
So it's, as I said, it's a creative movement and gymnastics program. So we go into the schools. We're actually mobile, so we bring the fun to the students.
Cool.
So we bring props, we bring the music, and we're actually fairly new. We've been in business for less than a year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We came up with the concept in March, and we actually launched in April.
Like you went hard right away.
We went hard right away.
You were going into it.
Yes, it was a lot of work, but it's paying off, and we absolutely love it. And it's very rewarding because we get to meet a lot of the directors, we meet a lot of students, children that we probably would never have access to meeting, and we get to touch their lives. And I know that we'll definitely be a part of, their journey when they grow up. They're like, we work with Miss Margot and Miss Joy.
Yeah, for
Or they
sure.
hear certain songs and say, oh, that reminds us of Groove Kidz.
Aw, so I know you're in 13 Celebrate schools out of our 26, which is half already in your short amount of time. That's amazing. Congratulations to you both. But how many are you in total? Are you working with other preschool companies? Are you in public schools? Kind of what is like the outline of who your target audience is?
So we're actually in over 30 schools. So outside of Celebrate, La Petite, Child Time,
Kitty Academy.
Okay, so other preschools. You're not in like public schools yet, right?
Not yet.
Okay, is that a goal that you might have?
That
in the
is a
future?
goal, yes.
All right, very cool. So what made you start this though? Are you both dancers in your background? Are you gymnasts? Or where did this come from?
We grew up dancing. Our parents have allowed us to be in the arts growing up. So we have over 10 years experience dancing. So this was an activity. We were trying to get our Queens of Glam program which is an all girls program, into the preschools. How are you going to just market one time? You can't just market just girls.
Right.
So we were trying to think, how can we come up with a program?
Something new.
Exactly. How can we come up with a program that we can can offer to all students
Right.
and be able to give them that fitness, that 30 minutes of workout. So we sat down, we brainstormed, we had a mentor that helped us. So I think people don't realize you can't really do things on your own. You have to have help.
Gotta ask. I
You
know.
have to ask.
People who are go-getters forget. I'm like
Yeah.
that too. I forget to ask for help all the time.
Yeah.
And then when it crashes, you wish you did.
Yeah,
So.
that's a key
Good thing to take
that
with you
we're
in
learning,
life.
especially because we're young growing up. So you have to ask for help. So we had a mentor that helped us, and we launched our program within 8 weeks.
So cool.
So yeah.
So what's your program look like then? You come into a school, it's a half hour, you work with classes, children sign up through like just forms you have, and you come in, and what does it look like?
So they register on the website. So
Okay.
we go in there. We offer free demos. So we go in there and get the directors and the students excited about what we do. So we typically start with a jungle theme. So they see it and they go crazy.
Yep.
So then that's when we send them home with a flyer, and then the parents sign them up that way. They go to our
Okay.
website and sign them up.
So then you come in, and do you do themes each time you come? You
have
do a
to-
half hour, and
Yes.
do they act like animals?
Oh,
And dance?
absolutely.
Like
All of that.
animals. So it would start off with a warm up. We always start off with the same warm up to get those bodies moving, to get the blood flowing, the energy going, and then we normally start off with a gross motor activity or a group activity. Then we go into a dance, and then but each of our activities that we do, we always have music. Music is a must. It's nothing worse than being somewhere, even going to the gym and it's silent.
Yeah,
No.
absolutely.
You have to have fun music, and then we also
Yep.
bring props. That's what get the kids excited. The props and something relatable, and then giving them an imagination experience. You can't just say, "All right, let's start dancing." No, "All right, friends, we're getting ready to go to the jungle. What do you see over there? You see some trees? Everybody act like trees." So it's really just getting them in that mindset, because you don't want them to feel like you're forcing them to have fun.
Right. And
Yeah.
what kinds of things do you provide resources for the parents at all whose kids are in these programs? Do you tell them what they did at school that day? Do you recommend things they can do at home?
Yes. So we actually just did a segment showcasing fitness activities that you can do at home, because these activities that we do, we come up with them. They're also things that we've done before in the past, but they're activities that you can do at home. It's not anything that's too extravagant, but we definitely want this to be something that the kids will remember, that it's something that they can do. Everything is age appropriate for them.
So how do you share that? Do you have videos of it that parents, even our listeners, can look and see, or how can they kind of find resources from you guys? Do you have that available yet?
Not yet. What we're working on is progress support. So giving the parents,
Okay.
letting
So
them know exactly what they
that
did,
day.
and then we
Gotcha.
send out monthly newsletters to let the parents to keep them in the
Yeah.
loop with everything.
We
Yep.
also do posts on social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have
there's
a
pictures.
Facebook page people can look, and
Yeah,
is it
right.
open to anybody?
Facebook and Instagram. Yes.
Right.
Okay, sure. What are those so we can share with our listeners then?
So the Facebook is Groove Kidz, and
Okay.
the Instagram is Groove_Kids.
Got it.
And
Okay.
Kids with a Z.
Very cool. Got it. Groove Kidz with a Z. Perfect. So let's kind of shift and talk a little bit more about movement, because yes, we have Groove Kidz here in Maryland, and we're very lucky to have you. I know the kids at Celebrate love it. But in general, we just did a podcast on gross motor, which is very important. We worked with the Special Olympics on how important those skills are for young children as they develop. But how is that the same for movement in general? What kinds of skills do you recommend parents and teachers are working on, not just in that 30 minutes that you have them, but all the time in school, at home, during weekends when there's free time and kids aren't at those structured programs? Kind of where does that come from?
So yes, movement is very important for children because number one, it helps them with their muscle movement. It helps them with their growing. I think movement, people don't understand how important it is because it helps burn calories and burn the things that you eat, the processed foods that we eat. So I think it just helps with children with their developmental. Some children some children are born big boned a little bit, if you will. So if you know that they're like that, you have to help them, manage their weight, manage moving, manage getting their blood flow going, helping them with their muscle growth and their stimulation. So movement is very, very important for children.
Yeah, I know you guys said it kind of is like working out for kids, but it's funny because if you think of kids working out and like lifting weights, it's not necessarily what it is.
Right.
So, like, what kinds of gross motor skills are you specifically targeting? Like, what types of things have you noticed are really important and really engaging for kids that parents can do on the weekends or at home with their kids?
Well, we have a trampoline, so that's always fun for the kids. So
Like what, a mini one?
right,
Yeah,
like a
those
mini
are
one.
cheap too. Those are fantastic. When I taught special ed, we always had those in our classrooms.
Yeah.
It's a great way to get energy out, and a lot of them have handlebars too that
yes.
make it easy to jump.
Yes.
Yeah, those can be a little expensive though. What are some other kinds of things when you might have laying around the house that parents and families could do that?
well, if they go around and act like animals, you don't need any props for that.
True.
So a lot of times we might say, have them do like a lion walk. So just going down on all fours, going down, walking, even frog jumps, bear hops, things like that.
Even like scarves. Like I know that if you have like a scrunchie or excuse me, or something, you can take a scarf and wrap that around and then have them move their arms side to side to help with the shoulders, to help with the arm movements, things like that. What else? We got the props. We have the arm movements. So I like the arm ribbons. They like lots of stuff with colors. I notice children like bright primary colors. So have it be something that's bright and something that is flowy. They'll have them going. They really like.
Where do you find those kinds of things at? You just look around the dollar store. You're shopping on Amazon.
Store, exactly. Amazon. Oriental trading.
Oriental trading. Amazon is our bestest friend. If you type in anything on Amazon, you can find it.
Yes. I know we just had Prime Day here. It's a big one. So what are the differences in the types of activities you do with 2-year-olds compared to some of our older school-aged children?
So with our 2-year-olds, we try to do activities that are more simple. So like having them jump. So I know with 3-year-olds, they can hop on 1 foot. 2-year-olds can't really grasp that concept yet. So I'm just using a simple one. So with that, we'll have them jump on both feet, or we'll have like little feet that we have that they can jump on. So having them hop on both of them. So using both feet to jump. And then with the older ones, you'll have them maybe hop on 1 foot. So it gives them that strength. Like, I'm a big kid, I can hop on 1 foot now.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
I know you talked a little bit too when I first met you about how physical activity affects children's self-esteem. Excuse me. Can you elaborate on that a little bit more? I know we talked about being physically fit and being active, but how does that kind of play into self-esteem at a young age?
So self-esteem is very important because it's something that we all have. So let's say, for example, you are in a gym class and you have a bunch of peers who are doing 10 jumping jacks. You don't know how to do jumping jacks because nobody ever showed you how to do that, or nobody ever showed you how to use those certain body parts. So that could really damage your self-esteem. Or if you're a little bit chunkier than your friends are going to tease you, and it's going to make you feel like, why do I look like this and not my friends? It really damages your self-esteem when you don't really look like other people, or you're not capable of doing the activities that your friends are doing. So I really think that self-esteem is really important with children, helping them with their working out, because if they don't work out, they're going to be like a couch potato, and you don't want the child to be a couch potato. And you see other friends moving and being physically active, that's going to want to inspire them to do it.
Right. Are there other aspects of your program that you feel are super important that you want your families to know that aren't yet enrolled? What types of things are you kind of using as selling points to get these parents into believing that Groove Kidz is important?
Some selling points that we use, really our major values are safety, fun. Those are really the two major things. We want to make sure when they come is an experience. We're giving them magic. It's something that they're leaving talking about, saying, "Mom, I had so much fun at Groove Kidz. We did this, and this." So really just making an experience for them each and every time they come to our class.
Yeah.
Great. Are there resources that, I know you guys are pretty brand new, so you don't quite have a YouTube channel yet, obviously, but are there resources that have really inspired you to do great things, and websites or YouTube channels that kind of provide parents who maybe don't have Groove Kidz in their area to follow? I know as a teacher, I loved this one yoga. It was called Cosmic Kids on YouTube, and I love her, Miss Jamie from Australia. So I think Groove Kidz keeps reminding me of Jamie from Australia, because my kids in my class always couldn't wait for that part of their day. And it sounds like Groove Kidz are the same, but we're lucky to have you guys here. So kind of all over the country or all over the world, have there been resources like Cosmic Kids or like, where have you gotten these themes and ideas and children's movements that are safe from? Because I know a lot of people might not know, especially because I'm a dance teacher on the side. It's hard to teach safe stretching and safe skills no matter what age you are. Even as adults, we need to lift weights the right way and move the right way and keep our bodies safe. So I'm kind of curious about what resources you've found that have helped you guys start Groove Kidz.
So our mentor, she has a business called Birdie's Kids in Motion. She's located in California. So we've gotten lots of our ideas from her, lots of inspiration.
And is that like a dance studio?
She's literally the same thing we do, but it's in California.
Oh, how'd you find her?
Facebook.
Well, we're a part of associations, so I think being a part of associations also help, like part of people who are already in the business
To network.
Right,
So absolutely.
We kind of put that out there, like, this is what we're looking to do. And we met her, and then she took us under her wing and literally just taught us everything. But also going back to us dancing for 10 years, using that technique and, strategy, knowing what kind of music children love, staying up to date with the different types of music and what the children like, and just always being on trend and staying ahead.
Yeah.
That's what, but to answer your question, besides Birdie's Kids in Motion, we don't really have too much, and that's why I'm upset Mr. Huffman isn't here today, because he really inspires me. Believe it or not, we look at his social media and all the things that he's done with it. So we look at Celebrate, we look at you guys as an inspiration for sure. But as far as like other businesses, we try not to look sideways. We try to stay ahead and
Well, it sounds like you have, because you've moved so quickly in your business, which is fantastic. But I think another great takeaway from it is that there are dance studios everywhere.
Yes.
So, and I've been a dance teacher, and my mom owned a dance studio growing up, so I've done it since I was 3 as well. So I think it's important that if you don't have a Groove Kidz, or your child's not in daycare or a preschool somewhere, that it's a great idea to look for your local dance studio, because there's creative movement classes and trained professionals and dance teachers in local areas everywhere that kind of know what they're doing and can keep kids safe in that sense. So but thank you, ladies, so much for being on our podcast today. We're very excited to watch where Groove Kidz goes and increases. And I know our kids in our Celebrate schools are loving it. So we appreciate everything you're doing to keep kids moving.
Thank you.
for having us.
Yes, thanks for allowing us to service your students. And it's such an honor, and we're very grateful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today on Parenting and Teaching with Richie Huffman.
Thanks for tuning in. And remember, childhood only comes this way but once.
For more information, head on over to richiehuffman.com.
I'm Richie.
And I'm Allie.
And we look forward to seeing you again on another podcast.